UFC 330 yaklaşırken MMA dünyası tam anlamıyla ikiye bölündü. Kimi İslam Makhachev'in rakibini kolayca paspas edeceğini söylerken kimileri Ian Garry'nin Conor McGregor etkisi yaratarak dünyayı şoke edeceğini iddia ediyor.
Peki Colby Covington bu maçta kimi favori görüyor?
You have Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. Who do you favor in that?
I favor Makhachev for sure. I think he's just going to take him down and dictate his pace and put the fight where he wants to fight. He's too strong for that little twig, that little cuck that sits in the corner and watches his wife get dogged out by the nutritionist. So, I got Islam. Islam ain't doing that cuck shit.
That's going to be a sick fucking fight. Sick fight. You defended the belt multiple times in a fucking year, so you got to see your favorite athlete and your favorite champion fight so often, but now you're lucky to see Islam fight once a year, or
hard,
shit,
man.
even it's just hard. But the fact that we get to see him, fight Ian Garry, that's going to be a sick fucking fight. Sick fight.
From what I've seen with Ian Garry, he's a guy that can get it done. Again, Islam is one of the greatest to ever do it in this game. He's dominant in his field, and now he's at welterweight. He wears it well, like against JDM. I thought JDM scrambling would give him problems, but nah, he didn't. It wasn't the case. A guy like Ian Machado, who's come up, had this dream, been calling it since day dot. He's been saying, I'm the future. And now the future is here. So will he get it done? Possibly.
Peki Ian Garry'nin gerçekten bir şansı var mı? Chael Sonnen'e göre bunun sadece iki şartı var.
Ian Garry has answered a lot of questions, and if you're going to deal with Islam Makhachev, first and foremost, can you stop a takedown? Second, and it's in this order specifically, can you go hard for 5 rounds? Because Islam can. If you change it to 10 rounds, Islam's not going to wilt. Khabib and that whole team show up right. But if you could stop a takedown, and you could go hard for 25 minutes, conversation changes completely. Completely changes.
Cannot wait to step into the octagon against Islam Makhachev and beat him, because there will be no doubt that I have done it against the best. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And my next opponent right now is regarded by everyone in the world as the #1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. Make no excuses. There will be no doubt. After the fight, I just want it to be known that Ian Machado Garry is great.
Ian Garry more than he believes in him. The way that Ian portrays and talks about he believes in himself, I actually believe in him that way. He's a young guy and he's using the media as a way to help to convince himself. But I actually think he's that good. I actually think Ian Garry can beat Islam. And Ian Garry is a pain in the ass. And this whole thing that he can't wrestle, go ask Rachmanov if that's true. Or this whole thing that you can take Ian's back and finish him. Go ask Rachmanov if that's true. Or anybody else that Ian's ever fought, or anyone else that's ever had his back. Because none of them ever finished him. But he's gonna be to Islam what Conor was to Aldo. What are we talking about? He's got a way, he sees something, he's got a way, he's got a pattern, he's got something he's going to try, and if it works, he's going to look great. Is that what we're talking about? Sometimes that happens. George Masvidal knew, I'm going to throw a knee. If it lands, I'm going to look great against Ben Askren. If it doesn't work, he's going to catch me, take me down, and I'm never going to get up. But I'm going to put everything into this. Like, sometimes it does work. But I don't want that to be what Gary's talking about. I want it to be fun starting now. I want him to go after.
Peki İslam'la bizzat kafeste bulunmuş o isim bu eşleşme hakkında ne düşünüyor?
You know well, Islam, he's fighting next UFC 330 next month against Ian Machado Garry. You're good at predictions, so who do you got in that fight?
I got Islam.
How?
It's a tough fight. I think it's a submission.
Submission.
But I gotta rewatch Ian Garry's fight because I don't know him very well. People saying like he has a good takedown defense.
Yeah. So we'll rewatch and come back to that.
So because I know everything in my division.
Yeah.
But I don't know a lot of people in 170, so I cannot say But like Islam right now, he's the best. So
Sıradaki isim ise teknik analiz videolarıyla tanınan popüler MMA içerik üreticisi Bedtime MMA. Ona göre bu maç sanıldığı kadar tek taraflı geçmeyecek.
Yeah, I think that obviously, I mean, that's true. Like from a perspective of like just the truth. I mean, he's not the type of guy that's just going to KO you in the first round. You know what I mean? Like it's just not really what he does. Because he's really smart. Like he's very defensively sound. He plays really long. I think the leg kicks and like the oblique kicks and the head kicks and just the frame difference between them means that Ian Garry's probably going to play. He always plays the matador. Like he's never playing the bull. He's never like being aggressive and like trying to hunt you down. He like builds into a fight. And then in round 3, 4, and 5, that's when he gets a little bit more aggressive. That's where he like rocks people, like even Bilal and Prates or whatever. He had big moments against them in round 3, 4, and 5. I mean, Shavkat Rakhmonov, he gets his back in the 5th round. So I feel like if there is a finish from Ian Garry, it probably is in the 4th or 5th. So it's not ridiculous. I don't think it's ridiculous to say that. I guess that's what I'll say. It's not ridiculous to say that, but I also feel like, come on, bro, you're not finishing Islam Makhachev. Like, come on, bro. If you win this shit, it's by a decision. Like, let's be fucking real. Same with Islam. I mean, I think Islam has more finishing potential overall. Like, early on, he could snap up a Das. It's really fucking dangerous. Like, I think Islam overall is more likely to finish this fight. But I feel like if this gets to round 3, 4, and 5, it's probably going to be a decision. Like, I think this will be a very close fight. Both of those camps have said the same thing. So I lean towards a decision. If you're asking me what I think is going to happen, I don't think it's going to be a finish from Ian Garry.
How good do you think is Ian Garry when you look at the rest of the division?
Dude, I mean, shit. Like, it's pretty hard to say he's not the #1 guy. Like, besides Islam, right? Like, he beat Prates. He had a really good fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Like, had more finishing type moments in that fight. You know, beat MVP. Like, he's beat all types of weird star matchups as well, which I think is really cool to see. Like, obviously, I don't like the guy.
Şimdi ise yıllardır UFC'yi analiz eden deneyimli gazeteci ve MMA analisti Luke Thomas'ın yorumuna geçiyoruz.
It's just Islam is the mark of excellence in MMA. You know, you're talking about just a pro's pro who, even when weight cuts don't go right, he still finds ways to win. But for the most part, operates like a pro. You know, I think engages in trash talk without going insane. I'll put it that way. Which I personally prefer. You know, everyone's going to be a little bit different, but I kind of prefer that. But just in terms of like excellence, you know, can he wrestle quite as well as Khabib? Maybe not, but pretty close. And he can strike a whole lot better. He has fought, you know, very, very tough guys. I didn't know how 170 was going to go, and then it's just been what it's been. You know, I just think very, very, very highly, not only of his ability and his well-roundedness and experience, but his ability to, you know, remain focused on the goal at all times. So many of these guys, they get fat out of camp, they get in trouble, they lose focus, they want to do something else, the fire dies. And these guys from Abdul Manap's camp, man, they just stay grounded and keep hammering and keep hammering. And that's why they keep winning. And Islam is, you know, one of the very best to ever do it. A remarkable fighter, and you know, can go and do a numbered event in the Middle East, can do one in the stateside, and I think that is a degree of its own kind of value. Hugely important for that organization and the sport generally.
Herkes İslam'dan kolay bir galibiyet beklerken Michael Bisping buna kesinlikle katılmıyor.
I'm telling you right now, this fight for Islam Makhachev may be a lot harder than what people think. Given all of the accolades that Islam Makhachev has, it's easy to just dismiss Ian Garry and say, listen, he's got to just run right through him. Okay, you could send him to Dagestan or Georgia for 20 years and still forget all about it.
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Okay, because Islam Makhachev is the GOAT. He's going to take him down. The man's Irish. They don't wrestle in Ireland, for crying out loud. Well, guess what? He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He's 17-1. He had a very, very close fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Ended the fight threatening the rear naked choke. He beat the former champion, Bilal Muhammad, that wrestled the life out of Leon Edwards, okay? So this is a real fight. Before you start to think that this is just going to be one-way traffic, I'm telling you, this is going to be a lot tougher than what you think.
Ve son olarak dünyanın gelmiş geçmiş en iyi dövüşçülerinden biri son tahmini yapıyor.
Yeah, Islam's going to fight against Ian Garry next, right? I assume that Islam's going to win that one just because of his wrestling pedigree. You know, to be able to dictate if the fight's going to be standing or on the ground, it's a great gift. Another guy with a strong team behind him, strong faith. I'm not rooting for anyone in that fight because I don't know either one of those guys on the personal level. but I'm assuming that Islam's gonna win. That's my prediction.
Şimdi söz sizde. Sizce bu maçta kim kazanacak ve nasıl kazanacak? Tahmininizi yorumlarda paylaşın. Kanalda sizi bekleyen belgesellerimizi izlemeyi unutmayın. Ve dövüşe kısa bir süre kala yayınlayacağımız İslam Makhachev belgeselini ilk izleyenlerden olmak için Dövüş Arena'yı takip edin.